Welcome to the Wisertalk, produced by Wizergos Software Solutions, the premier low-code company of India. Our host today is Avinanda Ghosh, a veteran of the financial services sector in India with over 30 years of experience. He culminated his service career as the CFO, CIO, and CISO of a public sector general insurance company. Mr. Ghosh is a low-code evangelist and is presently an advisor to Wizergos.
Hello and welcome to another promising session of our chat program, the Wisertalk. My guest today is a very unique individual engaged in a very aspiring and shall I call it a morally high profession. Mr. Prabhu P, known universally by his first name only, is the Senior Vice President of Business at Samunnati, which is a financial intermediation and services company based out of Chennai. It has a pan-India presence in the rural, especially the agri sector, where it is engaged in bridging the gap between the formal agri-financing institutions and the end beneficiary, which is the farmer. His life's work is to light the way for the small and marginal farmers to come to the formal agri-financing scenario and, such as the banks, and reap the benefits of this vast opportunity waiting to be tapped. Mr. Prabhu has earlier worked with leading banks and finance institutions such as the ICICI Bank, Ashok Leyland Finance, etc. As you can see, his 2.5 decades of hands-on experience in the rural heartland of India makes him a stalwart in the domain of agri-finance with deep first-hand knowledge of every nitty-gritty and every small detail in this vast sector. We are fortunate to have him with us today to gain insight into the process and procedures of agricultural finance and its evolution over the past many decades. So welcome back, Prabhu.
Yeah.
And let us continue our discussion.
Sure.
And where we left off was my realization that the rural agricultural credit scenario has evolved a lot over the decades, if I may say. Like what it was 50 years back and what it is today are two entirely different scenarios. And thanks to a lot of evolution in the processes. And of course, we briefly talked about the technology aspect of it as well. So regarding this evolution of the agri credit process, I want to ask one counter question. Let me play the devil's advocate. There's been a lot of evolution, no doubt, and many farmers are coming. As you said, that even the landless farmers who have got tenancy rights, they also are eligible to take the loans. Then those who are not keeping anything in hypothecation, those who are not keeping, some guarantee, surety, they are also eligible to take loans. So with these policy things, I'm sure that net is cast wider and a lot more people can come in. That is the government's effort and the government's mandate. But, I was reading some reports and they were saying that only even today, the report is just, pre-corona kind of thing, but still, it's not very far back. It's about 1 or 2 years. Only about 30% of all farmers, they get, or maybe they take crop loans from the formal institutions, the banks, the NBFCs, and some such formal institutions. Only 30% of farmers. So that gives me pause. With all the evolution that we have talked about, we want to talk about, is that sufficient? after so many years of independence and so much of technological progress of the country, if only 30% come, then I feel that there's a lot more left to be desired, many miles to go before we can sleep. And also, within that 30%, also the small marginal farmers, they are even lesser, because the banks or anybody would be more interested to give to the big farmer because he'll get it back. He can maybe keep some surety as well. So why do you think that the situation is still a little, it leaves a lot to be desired? Why? Why is it only 30%?
Very good question. For example, a person who is well educated, who is a salaried person, and if you want to avail a home loan, you tell me whether he can, whether he have the patience, or whether he has the tendency directly go to the bank, go to the bank manager cabin and ask, sir, I require a loan, whether you will sanction loan. They'll see, first they'll think, oh, where I have to go.
Yeah.
Which I have to go. How much is the interest rate? What is the process? These are the questions that will come into the mind of a person who is well employed, know about the process itself. Then think about the situation of the farmer.
Yeah.
Their initial ambition, fear, and the knowledge level, if you see, they won't able to go to a particular bank or particular institution and they will ask, okay, sir, I am a farmer, you please grant me a loan. I have so much document. So their ability to go approach itself, it is very low now. For that only, there is a lot of guidance and lot of training to be given to the farmer, how to approach a proper organization to get a loan. That is the main hacking. And government also, they have understood, bankers also, they have understood. Due to that only, they are also conducting loan mela in villages. They have appointed business
as you said in the first session.
Yeah. So they have appointed business correspondents to convince the farmers to take loan from the organized sector. So for them, unorganized sector, it is a loan at the doorstep. So they know nearby. For example, they will take a loan from a nearby fertilizer shop owner, or from a nearby well-known local financier. For them, access is there. So they know that this guy is going to give a loan at the season time. At the season time, I'll go and approach them. I will take 50,000 or 60,000. There is no documentation. I think only based on the face value. It's a immediate. If you go and approach them based on their relationship, they are going to give within a 15 minutes or 20 minutes. You will get a money in cash. So that
money in cash.
That is a comfort they are getting there. For
but I well, again, as I said, in this, I'm playing the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
So let me ask again on this also. Let me ask for ask a counter question. That money in cash. I have nothing against cash. We all use cash everywhere. But big ticket things like getting a loan in cash, keeping it outside the formal economy, so to say. First of all, would it be a good thing in the long run? And it's not one person and 5,000, 20,000, 30,000 we are talking about. India is a vast country, vast number of farmers, and totally it might come up to so many thousand crores, which they're getting from money lenders or individuals or whatever. So that may not be a good thing from the macroeconomic point of view also. This is number one. Secondly, the money lenders, reputedly, they take a very, they charge a large percentage of rate of interest. The banking interest rates are almost always subsidized for this sector. But the money lenders, they charge almost a criminal rate of interest. And we always hear stories about, the money lender comes and with his muscle men and takes away the home or the main things, belongings of the guy. So it's a sort of a debt trap which they fall into. So ultimately the farmer gets harm rather than benefit. At the time of taking the loan, of course, he goes, "Ha, bhaiya, aap kaise ho?" and okay, ye paisa le lo. It looks good. But the farmers are also, they are also intelligent people. They are also experienced. They know that ultimately there's a big chance of getting into a debt trap and they will, they'll be ruined. So knowing all this, why would they not go to the bank after all? And after all, bank is the government, let us say, means at least the Sarkari, the nationalized bank.
Yes.
And what is it that the moneylender will actually do to lure that fellow to his own home? I'm sort of, I don't know. It's a question which comes back to me again.
Here I can tell only one main reason is convenience only, convenience and time. Or to get a loan from a money lender, they have to know that money lender, and money lender knows, okay, so and so land is there, he is growing, known to me, at any point of time I can reach there. But a farmer, if you want to get a loan from a bank, he has to travel to that bank location, he has to get some reference, go and approach them, take all the documents, create is there anything is pending, whether Patat is in name or the land document will be in the forefather's name. Those things and all, he has to properly prepare, travel and reach the bank. There immediately he has to give an application form and that will get processed. They will come and receive the land. So that process, if you see, it will take a week to depends upon
Yes.
the preference.
Yes.
15 days to 30 days time. But generally, farmers, for convenience purpose, they want it immediately. So now the season has come. Now the rainfall is going to come in another 10 days or 15 days. Now I have to buy seed. Now I have to grow.
I want it immediately. I want it immediately.
That convenience only drives the farmer to go and approach the local financier. And apart from that, there is no question of the scale of finance. It's okay, so 2 acres land or 3 acres land, okay, the land value will be 50, 25 lakhs or 30 lakhs. There you will take a 50,000. Apart from his own, money, what he required to grow the crop, for his own expenses also, he will take money from the money lender. That are the challenges.
No,
day-to-day expenses, he will take money from the money lender.
But still weighing both the sides, to me it appears that even the government must be aware, because government is big time into the rural sector and the agricultural sector. We are an agricultural country that is there. So both the sides, there seems to be some issues. The government is trying to loosen or to ease up all the regulations. They're doing away with many of the regulations like hypothecation of goods and all that, up to 3 lakhs, as you said. But at the same time, because of this convenience, because of the quick time, short time in which the loan is required, the rains are going to come, I'm coming to the bank, I want it in 2 days or 1 day. I wanted everything to be done fast. And the farmer, he's a man of the soil. So he may not be comfortable in doing paperwork and all that a lot. He may not have anything to keep as surety and all. So, okay, I get this point. So there seems to be a stalemate that the bankers cannot reach him and he cannot really get a benefit out of the banking system because of these impediments. So therefore, he's going to the farm, to the money lender.
Yeah.
But the government realizes that going to the money lender is also a sort of, it may be a suicide mission. It may be a suicide mission. So the government doesn't want him to go there. So now in between, how is this problem solved?
Okay. So here it's a very good question, and the solution, if you ask me, it's on the digitization, distribution, and execution only. Whatever the things what we are doing now. So previously, generally banks or financial institution, they'll go for a paper documentation. Now go for the digitization. Now with these Aadhaar and all, we have to, bankers, we have to go to a farmer and only based on this thumb impression and with the documents collected upfront, if we could able to sanction a loan within half an hour or 1 hour time, then they would be interested to come to banks. Why not? For example, a small personal loan. Now the situation for the salaried person, it is good. We are getting it in 5 minutes or 6 minutes time. If you go and fill all the key details, and if you upload our salary slip, we are getting loan in 5 minutes time. Through various e-commerce, buy now, pay later.
Buy now, pay later.
That is the concept of. Then why not to farmers? So if banks and financial institution, if goes for a big digitization and distribution setup through BC and through FPO, and if they properly execute, definitely we can arrest this trend. Farmers going to money lenders and taking money at higher cost. Definitely that can be controlled.
Controlled, or the trend can be reversed.
Yes, that is the only. This is the only solution.
Okay. Although you said that in your opinion, this is the only way to to increase the footfalls in the banks and thereby wean the people away from private money lenders, which will be almost suicidal for them. Okay, I take it, but I would like to question you on this only way. And I want to bring in here your own organization. Your organization may or may not be giving direct loans, but they would be facilitating. Samunnati has been working tirelessly, diligently, deep into the rural pockets of India. I want to know a little bit about the activities done by Samunnati, and not only as a Samunnati itself, but as an illustration of the kind of work that your type of NBFCs are doing in India. There are many Samunnatis. This Samunnati is one of the very, very good such Samunnatis. And if we know about this a little bit, then we know about a new picture which is emerging in the rural financing, rural credit scenario of our country. So can you please enlighten us, give us a little bit of picture?
Thanks for this question. If you see Samunnati, that means it's a growth for all the related stakeholders. And we are, I would say we are the leading NBFC primarily in funding into the farmers and the farmer producer company and supporting agri enterprises. I think now many people, after seeing our performance, they have started coming into this funding for farmers and for agri enterprises. So I would say our founder is a visionary person, Mr. S. J. Anil Kumar is a visionary person. He dedicates organization and himself for the welfare of small and marginal farmer. So that
particular category.
Yes, that particular category, and he is having a very clear vision and execution plan how to address that segment and what way we can address that segment. It's not that we put a army of team members to go and approach each farmer and give a solution to them. Definitely that is not going to work, and it will be a time consuming.
It won't be economically viable.
Yes. So here in Samunnati, our founder, he has identified and understood the importance of the farmer producer company. Here I have a little bit, I will explain about the farmer producer company. So, here a farmer producer company, it's a farm by the group of farmers in that particular location. It is now government, they have made a proper amendment in the Company Act. So it will be registered as a company, like for example, a private limited or a limited company. So there will be a guideline, minimum 5 directors, shareholders.
So you mean that these are not,
it's not like a
structured
proper private limited company.
Yeah, so these are not structured as a partnership firm or an LLP, limited liability partnership, nothing like that.
Yeah, because here a farmer producer company can have 5,000 farmers also.
So it's a very big, I mean, it is not a small organization then. 5,000 farmers.
If you see, there is a study by NABARD, as per their study, around 1 lakh farmer producer company is required for India.
Okay.
Potential and the number of farmers and number of landholding, all considering that to serve the small and marginal farmer, around 1 lakh farmer producer company is required.
My God. It's a huge potential.
Yes. So at present, if you see, there are around a registered farmer producer company, if you ask, it would be in the range of around 6,000, and active would be in the range of 2,000. Hence, Government of India also in various budget announcement also, they are promoting farmer producer company, and in the recent thing, they said they want to promote 10,000 farmer producer company and make them as a very valuable institution. For that, they are giving various guidance and support. So, Samunnati, we as an institution, we work closely with farmer producer companies. That means
what do these companies do exactly? The farmer producing company.
So, first thing is farmer producer company is formed by the group of farmers, established, knowledgeable farmers. They come together. They come together.
Yeah.
And the objective of the farmer producer company is that knowledge has to be shared with each farmer. So there will be one good practice followed by in the other location or by the one farmer. So that knowledge and practice has to be shared with various farmers. So if various farmers comes together, they form a company. There will be a director, and there will be other members. So objective of the farmer producer company is a collective development of the member farmers. It's not the development of the one particular person, it's a collective farmers. Okay. Yes. So what are the things they will do? First, they will form a company, and they will tell what they will highlight what are the things they are going to give focus. First thing, they will tell, okay, for that particular location, what is the crop can be which type of crop can be cultivated?
Yes.
How collectively we can go and approach the input company or a fertilizer company to get a better rate for inputs.
Better deal,
better deal for the inputs. Second, what are the good practices we can follow to get a good yield? That is also very much important.
So, what it points to in my vision, in my view, is they are almost acting like a role model. A, and B, they are, I think, utilizing their scale of economy, the large numbers and the bargaining power, bargaining muscle to get a better deal at every point. Is that it? That is and so now the organizations like Samunnati, which are financial organizations, they are now tying up with these producer companies, farmer producer companies.
Yes.
In what way?
So we start from scratch. So first we approach for example, we approach a village elder who is a key person in that location, and we will throw this idea of a farmer producer company. And there is a team, we call it as AMLA, where we give an advisory service, aggregation, market linkages, and we also guide them how to form a farmer producer company, what are the things is required, what are the documents required, and how they can apply, how the training among the farmers has to happen. Those training also we will bring other experienced farmer producer company already where we are associated, and bring those key people, and we will ask them to address to the new group of people so that they will get their guidance. We will start from scratch, I would say.
Okay, so your one of your major activities, if I may think, is to guide and help form those farmer producer companies.
Yes.
To organize and to advise and to give them support, holding hand, extend your hand, to make them form those farmer producing companies. So you are acting as a catalyst to form the farmer producing companies.
Yes.
As you said, NABARD has estimated about 1 lakh required, and today only 5,000-6,000 are there, and active are 2,000. So to increase those numbers is you have a major role in that.
Yes. So we do end-to-end for the farmer producer company. From the starting application how to register the company, and when the produce comes, where they can do a market linkage to the agri enterprises. We support them from step in each step. We live with them. We spend our most of our.
And then what would be your revenue model? Like you will get what, an advisory fee, or what, a participation fee, or if you help to make a purchase, then you have your commission or something.
Yes. So here, how we will do that? We will do it only in the advisory thing. We will guide them and do the thing.
Yes.
And on the funding side also, we have various products. We have a product called IPL, where initially we support with for a farmer producer company to initially to develop. We do a funding to them.
Okay.
We do funding them, so that then only they will be able to get more farmers, and they will get the confidence. Yes, there is a institution who are here to support.
Sure.
And who are going to get, and
so that
we finance them, fund them.
Yeah, so that funding will also generate some income for Samunnati.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And that was really very interesting. Yeah, I mean, very, very interesting, because this is something which as I told you, or as you know, in fact, I was about 35 years in this field, indirectly, of course, from the finance side. But farmer producer company and its big role coming up, I was not fully aware of this. I had heard something here and there, but it is now coming into the center stage of agri-finance. That I was not aware. So this is something new for me, and it sounds very interesting, also very viable, because they have the large numbers. Large numbers will have the viability of negotiation and striking a good bargain and all that. Yeah. So and you said that the farmer producer companies, mostly they are handling the small and poor farmer category, small and marginal farmer categories.
Yes. So mostly small and marginal farmers only, they are becoming the members. If you see, the success of agriculture is a collective thing. In other developed countries, the person will own 25,000 acres or 30,000 acres.
Yes.
The scale of operation, always it will be minimum, and the yield will be more, that output will be more. Here, if you see, solution for us is, ours is a fragmented land holding. That model is, it's impossible. A person who owns land holding of 10,000, 15,000, it's impossible. But at the same time, we have to give employment to the farmers also, and laborers who are working in the.
Yes. This is the need of the country. This is the need of our land.
And, and for that, so for this,
what you have described over this period is a new process, a new way of looking at this huge agrarian problem in India, and new ways of overcoming these challenges on the process side.
Yes.
One thing which you have touched upon, and I am also interested in knowing about a lot, is the other way to address these challenges, that is technology. How technology can ease things up, and what are the challenges, and what are the solutions, etc. Can we just take a small break here?
Yeah.
On the other side of the break, we'll discuss technology in rural agricultural credit scenario.
Yes, thank you. Sure.
Thank you very much. And we just come back in a minute or so.
Sure.